Bears fans, YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Bears Fans Talk, and we're just jumping into it today on 2.5 weeks since we've last pressed the record button in Bears Fans Talk. If you're new here, we are a semi-weekly DIY pop and pop shop talking about the Bears fans who have somehow stumbled into a 6-3 record.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know why we're doing semi-weekly once they're finally good.
I know. I had the same thought. It's Thursday. We typically record these on a Monday, and we said, hey, we got to jump into it. Like, we already missed the boat on what might have been
two of the greatest games.
Sneakily, the greatest Bears game in history, the Bengals game 2 weeks ago.
Insane.
Yes,
absolutely insane.
Yes. Before we kind of jump into it, like I said, if you're new, please like, comment, and subscribe. How are you feeling about the Bears so far, and what do you think the Bears are going to do against the Vikings? But before we press record, Kevin was very hyped of rediscovering third leg Greg Olsen. And I want to go on record officially of saying that if you are someone who has hard opinions about sports broadcasters to the point where it affects your viewership of the game, you are a loser. You need to get a life.
I said, don't listen to the song.
That being said, I do really enjoy Greg Olsen. I think did Greg Olsen called the Giants game?
He did. Yeah,
he did. Yes, I very much like Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen was their number one on Fox for a while till Tom Brady came, and like Greg Olsen calls a great game. He's a great tight end. He's a great player, and he's a pretty good rapper, John, wouldn't you say?
No, I wouldn't say, actually.
Seventh Floor
boys.
Dude.
You know what? It's very of the time. It paints a picture of what it was like for Greg Olsen to be a freshman football player at the University of Miami.
Yeah, the U, baby.
The U. Yeah. But objectively speaking, no, it's not a good rap, and I do not want to listen to it again.
How many times have I listened to it before? We
At least twice. At least twice.
More than
Greg.
that.
Well, no, Greg Olsen's part of the rap specifically.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 times.
If you haven't heard it, just check it out. It's actually really comical. Just literally put Seventh Floor and put G-Rag in there and ask him what he does. What does he do?
What does he do? I already forgot. I just know he drops his drawers and gets head. G-Rag gets head. Okay. All right.
Drops his drawers and lets him see his third leg.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. But anyways, let's get back to the Bears game. I do want to talk about really quick about the Giants game last week, just in general. You know my infinite love for Jackson Dart.
Yes.
Who you do not believe is him.
No,
but
he's not.
It's okay.
It's not a matter of belief.
Here's what I'm going to say.
You can't even finish a football game.
Let me pose a question to you.
Sure.
If it was Russell Wilson and not Jackson Dart, or I'm sorry, it was Jackson Dart and not Russell Wilson, what's the outcome of that game?
The same. It was Jackson Dart. It was Jackson Dart, and he got hurt because
no, it was Russell Wilson trying to lead that team. If it was Jackson Dart leading that team down on that final drive, even on the goal line when they went for it, like that is Jackson Dart is converting that fourth down.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Here's what I was saying, because I'm not a hype man of Jackson Dart. Here, the thing of the matter is, I'm not willing to play the what ifs.
That's fine
for Jackson Dart and the Giants, because what happened to Jackson Dart is unfortunate. He actually looked pretty good. Jackson Dart throws the ball a little bit better than I thought going into that game.
And he runs the ball.
However, he runs the ball, and he does not run the ball like a quarterback. It was inevitable that he was going to hurt himself eventually, some point throughout the course of the season. It does not paint a picture of longevity. Popping up in my social media feeds, I think even a couple of weeks ago when he first got hot, was John Gruden, like pre-draft, being like, hey, man, you can't be taking these hits, which is the truth.
Wait, did you see the clap thing?
What clap thing? No.
His cadence at Ole Miss.
Oh, it's just a clap.
It was like, what was your cadence at Ole Miss? He goes, it was either... That was all it was. Yeah. It was either on one or on two.
Yeah.
That was his cadence.
Yeah. But like it's, you just don't see, it. Like you can't have a quarterback in the NFL running the read option 7-8 times in a game and taking these open field hits. It was going to happen. Oh, and so, sorry. My point to this, I actually did have a little bit of a soapbox for this that I want to jump on.
Sure.
So like I said, Jackson Dart had a great game. To your point, I think if he stays healthy through that game, the Bears lose it.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you.
I don't know if they would have lost it. It would have been a lot tighter of a game, and we would have to see, like, I am glad that we won that game, and part of the narrative that I'm trying to spin on that was not just how much I love Jackson Dart, which I do, but the ball is bouncing the Bears' way.
Yeah.
And what's happening right now recently, what I talked about in the beginning of the year and what I've been talking about for years, the ball has been bouncing the other way for the Bears. And finally the pendulum's swinging in the right direction. And whether that be, injuries or whether that be, converting lucky plays or I call them lucky, or the Colson Loveland play. it's going the Bears' way, and it feels like we're turning the page
Yeah.
and becoming a winning franchise and doing winning things.
But you know what it is? And like I said, I got one soapbox point about Jackson Dart I want to make. What it comes down to is Caleb Williams has led 4 game-winning drives, including this one. Absolutely clutch. We can talk more about Caleb Williams if we even need to. I think it's been said ad nauseum that the last 2 drives of the game, he put the team on his back. It didn't always look pretty, but Caleb went out and ran some too. What I want to say is, do you remember the play in which Jackson Dart went out on the concussion?
Yeah, you said he went limp.
In the group chat.
Yeah,
have you seen it? Have you seen the video since?
I may have seen a slow motion. I don't know. I haven't watched it that.
So
closely.
basically, Dart gets hit from the side, fumbles the ball. He makes immediately a move to catch it. Looks like he's about to secure it, and then gets slammed to the turf. Mm-hmm. Loses the ball, makes no movement to it. In real time, the way he was laying there, I'm just like, he's out. Mm-hmm. And he gets up. It's only like a second or two. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, oh, wow, I think that Jackson Dart just lost consciousness in that play. Mm-hmm. And that's like he didn't make any move for that ball. So I'm like waiting for there to be some sort of report on the sideline that he went to the blue tent being evaluated for a concussion. But no, the next drive, they turned the ball over. The next drive, end of the third quarter, he hands the ball off. Mm-hmm. My conspiracy theory is the NFL got on the horn and said, New York Giants, the team that we just fined Cam Scatbo and Dable for interfering in the blue tent for a concussion protocol, did you just put a guy who was unconscious 10 minutes ago back in the game? Yeah. No, you're going to take him out. And Dable was kind of grilled on this in the post game. He said, I don't know when Jackson got the concussion. I didn't evaluate him after. Basically just kind of playing dumb.
Well, he also got fired the next day.
And that could be playing a role. I mean,
no.
It could play a role.
No.
It could play a role. No. You've got this, even if it's not entirely that, you've got the Giants who have what they think maybe could be their franchise quarterback is being run to the ground by this coach who is a lame duck coach who is on the verge of getting fired, who does not care about the longevity of this team.
Sure.
Is just looking to change his job. So basically, I'm very upset with the Giants organization. I'm very upset with the way that was handled. As someone, we've had this conversation about concussions in the past. I don't want to see players get hurt and it not being taken seriously.
No, I'm with you 100% on that. I think there was something to be said for Jackson Dart getting taken out. And even if it wasn't the NFL, if it was ownership, like, what are we doing? Our best wide receiver, Malik Neighbors, is out for the season. Yeah. Our best running back, Cam Scatbo, is out for the season. What are we doing?
And you've got your rookie quarterback who you think has some promise, is running read options and getting pounded.
So he's a beast. But I mean, whether we like it or not, I can't believe they didn't put Jameson, if I'm being honest.
They're starting him this week.
I know, but like Russ's legacy is, dude. He just needs to go away.
I mean, I'm not gonna put too much on Russ Wilson for losing that game.
He can't.
Coming in cold with no momentum.
But he can't though, and he's not him anymore. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, what was interesting was what happened to the Giants felt like the old Bears. Yeah. It felt like an Eberflus team. I literally was like, this is what it feels like to be a Bear. Like, I knew what the Giants were feeling. I felt everything they felt. Yeah. And like, it was crazy because I'm like, the Bears are going to blow this. But then now I'm almost coming around on the other side. And I'm like, wait, are we not? Are we this team now?
I mean,
are we, John? Are we a playoff team, John?
That's a question I pose you every week. So before this game, did you think the Bears were a playoff team? I think that we had landed on yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And do you believe that they're still a playoff team?
I absolutely do. I think that this team's got grit. I think that Ben Johnson as a head coach. Let's put it this way. Do you know, like, when Taco Bell went and hired Chipotle's CEO and they gave him all this money and they're like, why would you do that?
Yes, of course. Everybody knows about
this. Okay, here's the thing, though. Do you think the reason they did that was they thought that he could actually change an entire organization? One single person can change an organization. Mm-hmm. Did Ben Johnson change the entire organization for the Bears?
It's seeming that way right
now. It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And it is feeling like he is completely 360'd the Bears now. And he's this pessimistic, the Bears are going to blow it. It's kind of leaving me now. And I'm like, maybe we're a good franchise now
no,
from one guy.
I felt like that we had momentum down the stretch. I did believe in Caleb, and he came through. So yes, I would.
But again, now I feel like we can start counting on it. It's a new feeling for me as a Bears fan,
Right.
and I can chalk it up almost to Ben.
Okay. To take us back to reality, to answer the question I posed to you, the Bears to me are someone who is applying for a job that they are unqualified for. They lied on their resume, but they got the fucking job. And now it's their job to work in that job. So are the Bears a playoff caliber quality team? I'm skeptical about that, and I think there's plenty of good reason to. The Bears have not beaten a team with a winning record yet this year.
Fine. It's because they're beating them.
But that's sure. No, if I think I want to say, I'm trying to think of every team that
if every team
won, if every team won, they would still have losing records against the Bears. I think that's true. Except for maybe the Ravens. Maybe the Ravens would be 500, and
the Ravens beat us.
Oh, that's right. Yes, never mind. Okay, yeah. So every team that beat us, I think, even if every team that lost to us, even if they beat us, they'd still have a losing record.
Here's the thing,
I think that is a true statement. But here's where we're at. The Bears are 6-3.
I was going to say they're still 6-3.
They're 6-3, and my expectation
they're a top 7 team in the NFC.
My preseason expectations of the Bears are out the window now because now you're sitting at 6-3, and it becomes a different conversation. Like, hey, you're here, you fought, you won 6 games, and unfortunately, you're in a position where you have expectations now. You have the job, and you need to perform in that job, and no one is just going to be like, well, whatever. You're 6-3, you got to win now.
Yeah, I think that the thing is, I think that they're a top 7 team in the NFC. 7 teams make the playoffs now. And, I think that they are winning the division. We know that the NFC North is the toughest division in all of football. I don't know. I love the meme about the Packers. Are you showing up on Friday? And they send a picture of Green Bay Packers, where I may or may not show up, right? Who knows? But, we all know that Detroit is a very good football team.
Yes.
And we're playing the Vikings this week again, and we're going to figure out how good the Vikings are with J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
And, it's a tough division. We're coming on the second half of the schedule now. This was the cakewalk. This was the Bears executed when they needed to execute. The only game they fumbled was the Ravens game. Other than that,
they fumbled the Vikings game too.
Well, I'm talking in the easiest part of their schedule, right? That was a game they could have stolen. Right, without Lamar in there, they should have stolen that game. But anyways, the Bears are 6-3 right now. There's no reason not to call them a playoff team.
Well, what I will say is I'm looking at the ESPN power rankings from 2 days ago. Where do you think the Bears are?
Out of 32 teams?
32 teams, yes.
I would put them at 11.
They are 14. Some teams that are ahead of them, I don't have it up on the screen here.
Okay.
The 49ers are ahead of them at 6-4.
Fine. They don't have Brock Purdy.
The Packers 5-3-1 are ahead of them.
Okay.
I think the Packers, like you said,
who's going to show up?
Yeah, who's going to show up?
I can't believe I'm Monday Night Football.
The Chiefs above that.
Fine.
Chargers above that.
Fine.
I think every team above here, I'm looking here, makes sense for them to be there.
But here's the thing, 14 still, that's a playoff team right there.
Yeah, it's cusp. Yeah, it's fringe.
It's
some teams immediately right behind them are the Ravens, who beat us.
Yeah.
The Steelers, who
are trash.
Jaguars.
Nope.
Texans, Panthers.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So
nope.
The Bears, I think 14 feels right for the Bears.
Yeah.
And that's very cusp.
They're better than 50% of the teams for sure. They're at 14. I love it. Yeah. The thing about the Bears though is that no matter what happens from this point on, at a 6-3 record, you know what we're gonna see for the rest of the year. No matter what happens,
what are we gonna see?
When they show the playoff picture, the Bears are always gonna be in the hunt.
Yeah.
For the whole, it doesn't matter for the rest of the season.
I'm worried that the next couple of weeks could be the fraud Bears got exposed.
Kind of like the Bulls.
Yes, yeah. Ever since, so we actually, the reason we didn't record 2 weeks ago is we ended up going to the Bulls game on Tuesday where they overcame a 24-point second half lead.
I'm literally sitting in the bathroom like, John, I think the Bulls can cover 20 points at halftime. You're like, don't put any more money on.
Well, that was from a perspective of just don't waste more money on sports betting. We're just don't.
They came back and they won though. That was insane.
Vooch
hit it right in the corner.
And you won some money off.
I did. It was great.
You didn't need to put more money at risk at the time was a 20-point Bulls deficit. You don't need to be putting.
How about prior to them coming back and them being down at 20 points at halftime? You know what my favorite part of the game was?
What?
Red Panda.
Red Panda.
Dude, that was epic.
It was epic.
That was epic.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat. For those who aren't educated, Red Panda does a fantastic unicycle, like a 2-story unicycle bit where she throws plates from her foot onto her head. And earlier this summer at a WNBA game, she fell mid-act and broke her wrist. And we saw her first game back. And she nailed it. She nailed it. I was on the edge of my seat, especially knowing that she could fall. She has it in her to fall.
Well, that's what made it more epic. Yeah, I feel like you kind of need a fall for like that kind of act.
Maybe it was all part of the publicity, just to get the fans back into it.
Also, did you see the rebranding of the 76ers?
We missed it at the 6-7ers.
6-7ers.
Yeah, that's something that can go away, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's going away yet.
Anything else worth mentioning in the Giants game before we kind of talk about this Minnesota matchup a little bit more?
The last thing I'm just going to mention about it is that, like, I love this good, better, best thing that Ben Johnson has going on. Yeah. I've been trying to kind of incorporate it into, like, I'm trying to be able to slip it into, that. Do you not do that at work sometimes?
I don't. Maybe I'll try it. I work tomorrow. Maybe I'll give it a try.
Do you know what it's a good little celebration. Like,
I feel like I can't do it as clean as I feel like I see them do it on the.
I mean, never. But it's still like, it's like, I don't know. I've been practicing. I'm ready for our football game on Sunday.
Me too, man.
I'm very excited. We're playing a little flag football game on Sunday. I've been practicing my first down moves.
I'm calling it the 2-year-old turkey bowl.
The 2-year-old turkey bowl?
2-old turkey bowl. Oh. 2-old turkey bowl.
Speaking of which, I think my wife and kids may come. And Kasha and Robert may come. I think get some spectators. Because there's like stands in Prospect.
Sure.
If you guys are around Prospect Park.
You
could spectators. We got a full roster. What do we got? 16 guys?
Yep. Sunday morning. Going to 7-on-7 with a sub.
Big crowd.
Fun. I'm thinking about making a rule that the touchdown doesn't count unless you give us a little celebration dance.
Are we doing half the field? Like, what are we gonna do?
I got to see what we're working with, but it won't be the full 100 yards.
Is it all-time quarterback or what's the deal?
No, we'll have, you'll have not an all-time quarterback.
Well, if you have one sub, I'm not gonna be. Are we gonna do is it gonna be like grade school style, like picking teams?
Yeah, we're picking teams.
Who's captains?
We'll decide that day of. Do you have feelings about that? Do you want to be captain?
I want to be a captain.
You can be a captain. I basically said, Michael made it should only be people who know everyone there.
I know everyone.
All right, you can be a captain.
How about you be the other captain?
No, I think I'm going to have Ryan Schroeder be a captain against you.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'll take that.
Unless nobody wants to be. Yeah, if everyone.
That's not fair for Schroeder though, because he doesn't know.
That's true.
He doesn't know Joe.
But yeah, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping nobody tears their ACL or dislocates a shoulder.
I mean, if it's flagged, I think it should be fine. Okay. All right, anyways, good, better, best. I'm trying to work that into my daily routine. I'm trying to figure a time to drop it at work. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna work it in.
I was thinking about working into a staff meeting. The quote that he had earlier in the season, like, our practice habits have yet to reflect a championship caliber team.
Oh my God.
I really thought about it. That's
more difficult to sneak in than good, better, best. Like that's much easier to sneak in than that.
That was going to be a small select group of people I trusted that I was thinking about doing that. I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
That's a tough one, Johnny. And that's a pretty critical statement as well.
It is a critical statement. But you know what? Ben Johnson made it to the media.
But that's different. They're talking about a football team, and their product is like winning a championship. Yeah. Like that's their goal. You're talking about like being a doctor, like completely. Like, what's your goal of a championship? Saving a life?
Yeah.
Like, what's the championship?
There's not really a chance. Just like having like an elite high functioning department.
Good, better, best works a lot better than that.
Sure.
All right, let's move on to the Minnesota Vikings game.
So the line has opened up. I don't believe it's moved. The Vikings are a favorite at home.
I saw that.
-3.5, I believe.
I saw 2.5 on Bet ESPN.
I've been hearing all day and all week it's been 3.5 and hasn't moved, which feels about right.
So the other thing with the over-under, I saw the over-under was 48.5, which, by the way, like, how much fun are we having scoring points with the Bears? Like, you remember when the over-unders were like, it was like 38. It was like, come on, like, just ugly. I'm just so glad that we're scoring some points now.
That being said, we only scored 24 points and 14 of them came in the last 5 minutes of the game. So it's not like we were running it up.
We didn't do a clip of the week, but the meme of the week that I would have sent you. Remember the one I sent you when it was like watching a Bears game? It's like, oh, I'm so excited. And like the middle of the
I'm excited to watch my favorite team and like what is going on. Yeah. And it's just like, let's go.
Yeah, and then like last minute. Because that's what it is. It's like, it's almost like the Bears shouldn't be playing at noon anymore. These are games that should be at least 3 o'clock slot games.
Yeah, we had two games in the early season that were 3 o'clock that I really enjoyed. I like the 3 o'clock slot a lot better than the noon slot.
But like the NFL rewards good teams in the 3 o'clock slot, and prime time everyone's got to get it.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's typically the West Coast.
Yeah, but still though, America's game of the week, they'll typically. I mean, the Cowboys are still in Central Time, and they always play at the 3 o'clock slot.
You're right.
Yeah. Anyways. I think the NFL rewards 3 o'clock teams that are good. So I want some more primetime games. The NFL should want to put this product out here instead of what do we got tonight? The Jets and Patriots?
I've heard that. I think that it seems like the goal for the Thursday night game is to like more divisional games that, just inherently have a little bit more like value or a little bit more at stake.
What's the score of that game, by the way?
Justin Fields, as we came down to record, had brought the game within 7. Where are we at right now?
24-14. 6 minutes left. New England's got the ball, and they are at the 8.
This was the most I had watched Drake May, and everyone has been all, last year it was like, oh my God, the Bears should have drafted Jaden Daniels. They're so idiots for not drafting Jaden Daniels. And then this year it's like, oh, they should have drafted Drake May. Did you hear Ryan Poles was like making fun of Drake May? And I'm like, okay, whatever. He looked good.
No,
he looked good.
Objectively.
They've got a great offensive line.
Yep.
Drake May, from what I watched today, he just didn't miss. Like he was hitting everything that was available. He didn't like make a lot of dynamic plays.
He throws a great deep ball too.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's good.
What I have actually, let's talk about Caleb before we move on real quick. My favorite thing about Caleb recently was almost my biggest criticism when he first came into the league was his want to extend plays and not working out. Like some of the sacks he was taking, some of the errant throws he was making early in it, but he just has to learn, right? Like what the NFL, like his pick he threw was it week 1 or 2 when he threw that pick. It was egregious. And I was just like, you have to know you can't make that throw in the NFL. Yeah. Like you can't just dump it over a linebacker now. They're gonna catch. They're fast enough to get there, right? Yeah. So I think he's adjusting well to NFL play. He's using his body and using his skill set properly now. And I think it's just going to take a little bit more time, but he's doing a great job in the pocket.
I mean, he had a great game. He wasn't sacked, though he was pressured quite a bit this game, and he made some like great plays.
Agreed.
In terms of what I'm expecting from this Vikings game, the defense, I mean,
touchdown.
The offense could look good. Who knows what we got with J.J. McCarthy. He looked bad last week, but it was against a much better defense than the Bears are going to put forward. I think we still might be out without Tremaine Edmonds.
Sure.
Or is it T.J. Edwards or who was out last week?
T.J.
Edwards. I think there was somebody else.
Do you hear about
Brisker is on the injury report too?
Did you hear about J.J. McCarthy's alter ego? Have you heard about
9.
this?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's just like, I'm not JJ when I'm playing. I'm 9. It's like whatever. Sure, fine, bro.
Lame.
Win a couple of games.
Yeah, right. No, for real. I mean, running national championship. And he's a Chicago boy.
And he beat the Bears.
Yeah,
so I mean, I'm not going to talk.
NFC Player of the Week.
I'm not going to talk all the shit. In fact, I think I'm going to call a loss here. I say maybe the Bears cover at -3.5.
Yeah.
But I think that the defense against our offense, like, the Giants gave us fits for most of the game, and they're not a great defense. They're an okay defense. I think the Vikings defense is better.
Yep.
And regardless of what you're working with J.J. McCarthy, I don't think that he's inept. And Jordan Addison didn't play week 1 against the
suspended.
Bears. Yes, and you still got Justin Jefferson. I think the matchups are such, and I'm also being at home, that this is going to be tough sledding for the Bears. Yeah. The only thing that they could have going for them is just momentum. I'm sure they've got a better locker room vibe going on right now, and they're feeling it. They could potentially take sole possession of the NFC North.
Yeah,
with the Lions, who have to play the Eagles this week.
Yeah. I think they got some swagger for sure. The swagger cannot be denied. The ball is bouncing their way. With that being said, playing in Minnesota is a tough place to play.
Yeah.
The horn that they play on the first down is one of the most annoying horns that I've ever heard.
That's not annoying. I kind of, I'm fine with it. I like the skull. I like the clap. The horn.
Does my son. My son likes it too. Yeah.
The clap?
Yeah.
How often is he watching Vikings games?
I mean, that's the first memory I have of him watching a game was him going like this.
I'm unbothered by the Vikings. I certainly was unbothered by the Lions until they started getting good, and even some of the personalities of the teams. I'm starting to get a little annoyed by Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I'm not.
I love Aiden Hutchinson.
Hutch is pretty good.
I still like David Montgomery.
I still love
Jared
MCDC.
Goff is a fraud. There was one tweet or a post out there. This is like weeks ago. I know. At this point I got no ground to stand on. But like a month ago, there was like someone who like posted a tweet. It's just like, Jared Goff is a fraud. I just can't prove it yet. And that's just the way it feels to me. But I wonder if just like you run like a really tight offense, and like you don't miss the throws that are open to you.
Yeah, I mean that's literally what Jared Goff's job. He's the number 1 overall pick for a reason. Like he can execute and he can do his job better than most. Yeah, and like if
he's not going to be a savior in a bad situation. But if you give him a good situation, he's not going to miss throws and he's not going to mess up.
Agreed. And like when I celebrate at work, when I do this, it's from being on time, right? When you're on schedule and you're on time and things are going your way, like that's what Jared Goff does best: is play within a system and play within momentum.
So what do you think of what's going to happen with the Vikings game this week?
Yeah, I'm a little concerned, but I'm going to call it dub this week. I think it's going to be tight, but I don't think it's gonna be that tight. I think the Bears win handily by 6 points.
6 points.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be as heartbreaking as it's gonna be, like this up down thing. I think the Bears come in and they take care of business and they do their job, and from the first snap to the end of the game, they just dominate. At all assets of the game.
I'm so bad at pick'em. I think like the analytical, like looking at the matchups of me is saying that the Bears lose a tight one. I have some sort of premonition of the Bears potentially like making a statement game and just taking care of business and stomping them and it not being close, like taking the lead and never pushing it, like having a game kind of like the Cowboys where like they put something on their throat and they never let they put a foot on their throat and they never let up.
Why not?
There's nothing in the data or what I've seen that supports that.
But why couldn't
I have some sort of premonition?
How about this? Do you think it's
purely on vibes?
Let me just tell you this. Let me ask you this question: is it more likely that the Bears come out and dominate from first snap to end of snap, or the Vikings come out and dominate from first snap to last snap?
If you want to ask me what I would like, if I had to bet like my house on it, I'd say for the Vikings to dominate from first snap to last snap.
That is old Chicago Bears fans speaking.
I guess so.
He is not bought into.
You're right. I mean, the thing is, it's just like
he's not
at this point, I'm willing to say that we need to expect that we're a playoff team because we're 6-3. For us to not make the playoffs means it's the collapse, and we can't. Like, if we win 9 games and miss the playoffs, it's hard for me to sit back and at the end of the season be like, you know what, still a good season. You know, if we started the season 4-5 and won 9 games, I'd be happy with that. But
you're saying because of the collapse?
Yeah, because at this point it would be a collapse, and it means that we played really bad in the division down the stretch. And it's hard to hang your hat on that and call it a victory of a season if the Bears win 9 games and miss the playoffs.
How about Colson Loveland's revitalization? I don't even know if he ever was dead, but what do you think about that?
Again, I mean, I think like he had that miraculous game against the Bengals, 2 touchdowns, and including like what might already be the moment of his career. And then he had a great catch last week, but he hasn't defined any games other than that.
I mean, he basically
and before that touchdown against the Bengals, we were like, why did we even draft him? Not even that he was bad, we're just not using it.
Agreed.
It's just like, so I don't know. The script has slipped on him, and everyone says that he's a player that's going to be great for seasons to come. Again, I just haven't seen it. Yeah. That's what it comes down to for all of the Bears yet. Like, let's beat a team. Like, again, the Vikings. Even if we win this week, we still will not have beaten a team with a winning record.
Yeah. How about Luther Burden too? Coming around, he had 3 receptions.
Luther Burden is probably going to usurp a lot of Zacchaeus' snaps going forward.
Yeah.
He's got Zacchaeus has got 4 drops. When Burden has run routes and gotten passes towards him, he's executed.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of him.
I think just in general, I think it's great to see us utilizing the weapons. I'm just saying all this stuff to support. And like between the Thunder and Lightning, if you want to talk about it with Swift and
Swift had a good game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Swift, are you willing to accept my take on Swift yet?
No. But okay, I'm willing to say that what I was expecting to happen last week of Monungai like taking the lead role and bruising wasn't. Swift clearly outplayed Monungai.
But it's great.
That's all I'm willing to say.
Just in general, though, it feels like we're coming around to the Ben Johnson office. We're understanding it, and the more we get into this season, the further we get in, the only more developed and better it will be. Mm-hmm. And if we cap out this season, like you said, if we end the season at 9-8?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
If we end at 9-8,
that means we finish down the stretch going 3-5.
But I'm just talking. I am so excited for next year for the Bears, because I'm just saying in general they are making progress, leaps and bounds. Imagine what this offense is going to look like next year.
Next year doesn't exist.
I'm just saying though, this is we are on the right upward trajectory right now, and I'm excited. That's all I got to say.
Hold on one second before we close out. There was something I want to see if I can find this, Coach. This is something that I want to throw out there. If I can find this meme here. I'm not sure if I can find the meme, but this is so of the last 10 Coach of the Year winners, half were let go in less than 4 seasons after that.
And one of those was
Matt Nagy.
Yeah, but Mike Vrabel was on there too.
About to be. Let me see if I can find this.
Dable was on there too, wasn't he?
Dable won Coach of the Year in 2020, winning a playoff game with Danny Dimes.
2020 doesn't count though because that was COVID year.
That's true. That is true.
Just saying,
obviously, the Vikings front office feels the same way because they fired him. Let me see if I can find the exact graphic that I'm looking at here. No, I can't find it. But yeah, so basically, a troubling amount of coaches who started hot were ultimately fired within 3 years.
So, but the thing I'm going to say about Vrabel, because I saw that graphic too. The thing about Vrabel though is I actually was talking to a Tennessee Titans fan a few weeks ago at a wedding. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what's going on with the organization, blah, 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 blah. And he literally was, talking about this and that. I was like, whatever happened with Mike Vrabel? Why do you let him know? And he looked at me, he's like, no one knows. Like, there's no reason for him to get fired. Like, none.
For Vrabel?
Yeah.
Maybe just like,
no.
I don't know the answer to that question.
He got fired so he can go coach at the Pats.
When did Dable won in 2022, not 2020? Kevin Stefanski, who is the current coach.
Browns.
Current coach. I think he won it twice.
Did he?
I think I saw on that graphic. So yeah, basically, the point I'm trying to make is next year doesn't exist. We see so often these hot shot young coaches come in, make a splash. They get this award just because they take a team that was bad and,
who's
and
probably
made them good.
Sean McVay's probably on that list too.
Yeah, I know, and they get figured out. Like
Matt LaFleur, they're saying is getting figured out.
Yeah, LaFleur, like they're ready to kill that man in Green Bay.
What is the quote from Dodgeball? Isn't it "Suck it, LaFleur"? Isn't it his last name?
Suck it. I mean, yeah.
Is it LaFleur?
Yeah, it's Peter LaFleur.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably spelled the same. Yeah, they're ready to kill it. I mean, they're so upset over the way the last 2 weeks have gone, like 2 13-point losses or something like that.
I guess the Brian McNanis being hurt too. Have you heard about that?
Who? What? Sorry.
Brian McNanis, the kicker.
Oh yeah.
He's been hurt, and then they're asked, "Did you know he was hurt?" And he's like, "I don't talk to
kickers." That was a bad soundbite for him. Yes, I did see that.
I feel like though, like this obviously isn't our job, but like you put a mic in front of someone enough, they're probably gonna have some bad quotes. It's inevitable.
Yes.
Put a mic, maybe
you do it every week. Yeah. Although I don't think you've had a terrible take this week. My brother will let us know.
Mike.
No, I mean you've been very even-handed this week.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Good take, Johnny. By the way, if you guys didn't know, John Corcoran knows ball better than anyone else. If he says it, might as well get the football gods themselves are speaking through John Corcoran.
It's true. I don't make a lot of hot takes. I think I say things that are pretty based.
I mean, I agree. So, like, you calling Jackson Dart not being a superstar is...
He's not a superstar.
He doesn't have the potential to be a superstar, any of that. It's like odds are on your side, yeah, because it's so hard to become a superstar in this league, right? So, like, you're right. That's not a hot take at all.
I will tell you right now, I will give you $100 for the rest of our lives for every Pro Bowl that Jackson Dart plays in. I'll give you $100. You can just say yes. I'm not asking you to give me $100 for every year he doesn't.
I mean, I don't know if I want to take that.
I will happily give you that.
And I'll take the $100 and I'll split it between Dean and Bo's college fund, and then they'll know that that Johnny
C. Jackson Dart Fund
MD contributed this amount of money to their. Maybe you could pay for them to go to college. What if he wins an MVP? What do I get then?
I'll give you $1,000 if Jackson Dart wins an MVP.
Okay. What if he wins a Super Bowl MVP?
No, I think winning an MVP. I think a season MVP is harder than winning a Super Bowl MVP.
Well, that means that he's
Did Nick Foles not win a Super Bowl MVP?
That's another guy at the third leg. You want to talk about that?
I'll give you $1,000 if Jackson Dart wins the Super Bowl.
1,000 if he wins MVP, 1,000 if he wins the Super Bowl,
and 100 for every Pro Bowl.
Wow, this could be super lucrative.
Yes.
Thank you, Jackson Dart. I hope you watch this one day and know you partially paid for my child's college.
Before we throw our hats, do you want to rearrange the hats on the wall?
Sure. I think. Let's see if I do this one right, huh?
Yeah. While he gets that together, I think they were wrong in the previous video that we rearranged it. The Lions were actually not the first. But if you're still watching, you're a real one. Please like, comment, subscribe. What is your prediction for the Bears game this week? Do you think that the Vikings could win? I think it's like this, right? It's playoffs or bust. I'll tell you the correct answer in a second because I know ball. I think it's playoffs or bust, but I think that this could be a loss, and I think the Bears have a lot to prove here. You're correct.
Have you seen?
That's correct.
Yeah, I know I'm correct because I know ball. Have you seen the the Eagles fan base are Bears fans and the Bears are Eagles fan base because.
Do you want to explain why?
Yeah, the Eagles have beaten every single NFC North team.
No, they have not yet.
Well, except they have been. They're 2-0, right?
They're 2-0, yes.
Yeah, and they're about to play the Lions. Yeah, right. And we want to root for them. And the Bears have beaten every single NFC East team
except for the Eagles, and they do play the Eagles later this year.
Yeah, but
they've beaten all of the Eagles. Yes.
So there's this. What would it be?
An alliance.
An alliance.
The alliance is what people are calling.
Yeah, it's an alliance, and it's kind of cool. But if I had an alliance with any other team, any other city, it's not. I don't want it to be Philly.
My brother said the same thing. I don't really hold any ill will towards Philly or the Eagles.
Philly drafted Donovan McNabb and booed him. A Mount Carmel guy. Come on.
I don't have strong feelings about Donovan McNabb.
He's he's a Chicago guy.
That being said, I will be all in on the Eagles against the Lions this week. I think it's a Sunday night.
Speaking of Mount Carmel, let me just put this out here because do you want to go to the game Friday night?
Sure.
Okay. Maine South's still in the playoffs.
Maybe. I'll get back to me on that.
Did you know Mount Carmel, they are undefeated at the varsity level, but their JV team and their freshman team and sophomore team, all 4 levels, were undefeated.
Really?
Is that not amazing?
It's pretty insane. I wouldn't call it amazing, but it's amazing.
The football program on every level has never lost a game all season.
That's pretty impressive. It's impressive.
I mean, that tells me that you have talent coming up. Sure do. It means.
Sure do. Yeah. Love me some high school football. If you're still watching, you're a real one. Peace. See you next week.